Stepped on the scene, dripped in Celine. Whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front. Dancing to the music, smoking on the. Got the women smiling, punk grilling me. Looking all dusty, Black Force energy. I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles. Not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse. In this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Caden. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill.
What's good? This is G.
And it's your boy, the TDE. What up, bro?
All right. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Did KSI deserve the decision over Tommy Fury? Now, this was a controversial decision because soon as it was read, the crowd reacted, people reacted, Twitter reacted, and there's, conflicting opinions about it. So on the Boxing Bros, we're going to discuss it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a listen to the post-fight interview and listen to what was said immediately after the fight. All right. So here it is right here.
Here with a very happy and elated Tommy Fury. Tommy, can you describe the emotions that you're feeling after that victory?
First things first, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for his victory tonight. Without him, none of us would be possible. Thank you to everybody in Manchester for turning out. I did it for you. I did it for you, Manchester. I love you. My hometown, Manchester. Come on.
Tommy, you said before the fight that a decision wasn't enough, that you had to stop him. Does this feel like a loss?
Listen, a lot went up in the build-up. I couldn't use my right hand for 6 weeks, and I'm not an excuse maker. I couldn't use my hand for 6 weeks. And the reason why I'm so emotional is because I'm changing my family's life. Fight by fight, I'm changing my little daughter's life. I'm a little kid out of Salford who's doing well, and I'm trying.
Did you think you had done enough to win the fight before they read the scorecards?
What's that?
Did you think you did enough to win the fight before they read the scorecards?
Listen, I fought my heart out in there. I fought my absolute heart out, and that's all you can do. I said from day one, there'll never be another Tyson Fury. I'm just trying to be the best Tommy Fury that I can be.
And so ultimately, what did you make of his performance? Did he surprise you at all? Did he look better than you thought he would?
Listen, he's an awkward man. He's very awkward. I'll give him that. But at the end of the day, I got the victory tonight. We're 10-0. And like I said before, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for his victory tonight. Amen. Jesus Christ.
What did you say to him after the fight?
I haven't spoken to him after the fight. Listen, at the end of the day, a lot of shit went up in the build-up. It's what it is. He goes his way, I go mine. I'm done with all this shit, all this crossover shit. I'm not a part of that. I'm here to fight, and we go on to the next challenge now.
So you're done? No Jake Paul rematch, no Logan Paul, no nothing. You're going back to traditional boxing?
No, definitely not, mate. I'm done with the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. On to the next challenge. Any of the Pauls want it, I welcome with open arms. Let's get it on, because guess what? Manchester, we can't be defeated.
Congratulations, Tommy Fury.
So that's what Tommy Fury had to say. So immediately after they interviewed Tommy Fury, they interviewed KSI, and this is what KSI had to say.
KSI, your thoughts after that?
Robbery. It's a robbery, bro. How many jabs did you land? How many jabs did you land? You didn't get hardly any shots off. And you got a point off as well.
I'll tell you one thing. He can land 2 right hands around, but I was pushing the pace, I was throwing the shots, and I was the one put work.
You weren't landing. You weren't landing. That's all. Look at your face. Look at your eyes. Look at you. I don't know. I understand. I'm the YouTuber and you're the boxer. You have to win. I understand. It's all good.
You're a sore loser, you bum. Back to YouTube, bum.
Do you want a rematch? Would you like a rematch?
Yes. This is I'm sorry. This is robbery, though. I can't be asked, man.
Which rounds do you think you won decisively? Do you remember?
Wait on. 1 to 3 and a point off. How do you lose a 6 rounder? How do I lose a 6 rounder?
With 3 rounds in.
Unreal.
He said before the fight that a decision win over you is a loss to him. Are you surprised that he is so happy to win a decision?
He's the man that's meant to be the pro boxer. And he what, a split decision or majority decision? No, it's outrageous, man.
And I have to ask you about the shots to the back of the head.
Bro, the amount of times he hit me in the back of the head. So many times. And the referee gave only 1 point. And he kept doing it over and over.
You think he was doing that on purpose, trying to hit you?
Of course, trying to fuck up my equilibrium. Having me. Oh man. I'm sorry, it's outrageous.
What do you want to do now? What is your plan? Do you want to still box?
We're gonna appeal. I want to appeal, bro. I'm sorry. That is outrageous. We need to see it again.
And you want a rematch?
I felt like I won that.
So you heard him. He said he's going to appeal or whatever. You see the frustration with KSI. So he continued to be upset about that even after the fight. And this is him leaving the ring.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way, bro.
And as you can see, he's quoting the great lyricist Future with one of the most underrated lines in hip hop history. Ain't no way, ain't no effing way. All right, so then the CEO of DAZN took to Twitter to share his thoughts on the fight, and here's what he had to say. So we'll take a look right here. The CEO of Twitter, Joe Markowski, tweeted this, where KSI said it's a robbery, and he wrote correct. And then he doubled down on that statement later in another tweet. And this is what the CEO of DAZN had to say in the tweet where he doubled down. As you can see, he wrote, "Stand by this. At KSI was robbed. Appeal and rematch, please." As you can see, he tweeted someone, Mams Taylor. So there it is. The CEO of DAZN feels like KSI was robbed as well and chimed in. So I'm going to turn it over to you, G. Did you have the opportunity to watch this fight or the highlights?
Nah, I only seen the highlights. You know, I wasn't paying for this type of fight. You know what I mean? But now, hey, internets, Twitter or X, whatever, don't hate me. Because based upon the highlights.
Oh, actually, I threw it to you too soon, brother. Sorry, I got to jump in. John Fury spoke about the fight. Here's what he had to say.
Let's talk about that fight there. Tommy Fury victorious. What did you make of it? Very cagey in times, a lot of clinching.
To be honest with you, styles make fights, and it wasn't a good watch because I'm used to seeing two men stand up and box properly. But when another man's from a different background completely to what we're doing, it's hard to replicate for sparring. But we knew what he was going to do, but I didn't expect the referee to let him get away with as much holding. You know, he was holding constantly, and he couldn't get his arms out, and he was smothering his work. It was horrible to watch, you know. But listen, like I said to him at the end of it, if he'd have got the decision, there'd have been no qualms from me. They both had a go, didn't they? And that's what it is. But don't forget, they're only novices, aren't they? And look at the pressure. Look at the pressure on Tommy. Every time he goes in the ring, it's nothing but pressure because he has to do the business, doesn't he? You know, he just seems to carry the weight of the world on his back. But it's only experience. He'll get better. But you can't train for people like that. You know, and at the end of the day, if they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight, do they? But enough said. Can't say any more. Charlie Parsons, good day to you.
John Fury, thank you very much. Top man.
All right, so back to you, G.
Yeah, you know, but like I seen an interview with John Fury talking about this fight and how he was like, you know, the style that KSI had, you know, he said something along the lines of he's so awkward that he makes, you know, a boxer look, you know, essentially sloppy, right? And watching that fight, I'm being honest, man. Like, I was watching KSI do jumping jacks throughout the fight. Kept his hands down. He had no defense. And he reminded me of DAZN from Street Fighter. because my man was reaching, every punch was reaching, stretching his body, trying to get these punches. And I'm like, bro, just get a little closer. Like, what are you doing? You know, so KSI, man, I don't think he, yeah, I mean, sometimes he would land decent shots, but then once he lands, then he immediately goes for the hold. And, you know, that style can get annoying for a lot of people, especially for judges. You know, it's one thing to do it once, twice, but it's like in the highlights, it just seemed like every time he landed, immediately grabbed, landed, immediately grabbed. And it's just like, what are you doing? While Tommy is, which, you know, I thought Tommy should have did a lot better, obviously, because he's the actual boxer. You know what I mean? But KSI was so awkward that I think that messed up, you know, Tommy's like focus, you know, and his range and everything, you know. But Tommy landed some decent shots. Now Tommy did hit him. I seen 2 punches behind the head. I was like, yo, come on, bro. You can't be doing that, you know. So rightfully so, he lost the point. I think it was well deserved. But I also agree with John Fury. Like, the ref should have at least gave KSI a warning, like, yo, stop holding, bro. Like, you don't need to hold every time you get close. Like, you punch, try to separate, or maybe the referee just force a separation. Because, you know, I know a lot of dudes like to do that style, you know, including my own Devin Haney, you know what I mean? You know, but it is what it is. You know, I just think Devin makes it look cuter. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I mean? But like,
KSI when Devin does it, right? Okay.
Nah, but what I'm saying is KSI is so awkward that it just looks so ugly. So when they're saying it was a scrappy affair, it literally looks like nasty work in there because of KSI. You know what I mean? But salute to KSI, man. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I didn't watch the fight. I just watched the highlights that was provided on YouTube. So if people are like, yo, G, you don't know what you're talking about, you are correct. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Yeah, I got a chance to check it out this morning. So much, right? So much that where do I start? Did he deserve the decision? Yo, I'm with John. I'm with Big John on this one, right? Like, it could have went either way, you know. It was just, it got to the point where I was just watching it, and I wasn't even like watching it as like a real, like, you know, like it was a real actual fight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real fights that was on. There's a young man that became unified middleweight champion from Kazakhstan. I want to give a shout out to him. Shout out to Keyshawn Davidson on winning a tough fight last night. Big shout out to him. Tommy, man, yo.
We don't want to talk about the real fights, Trill. We want to talk about the mystery, okay?
Yeah, you know, Tommy, man, Tommy's in a bad position. You know what I'm saying? Like what John was saying. He can't do no right. You know what I'm saying? We were just clowning Tommy off air, saying they don't even look like all the other Furies. You know what I'm saying? And just think about all the pressure that he got to go through. Tyson Fury being his brother, everybody expecting these high expectations of him. And like he said, he's not Tyson. You know what I'm saying? He's Tommy. He's trying to be Tommy. But he was saying something that kind of like threw me off after the fight, talking about, oh, he don't want to do these type of fights. He wants to go do rip. You're getting the biggest bag you're ever going to get fighting these guys. If I was you, I would run it back with KSI. You know what I'm saying? And see,
after the fight, he calls out Conor McGregor. So
yeah,
he ain't done with these type of fights.
And DAZN's not done with it either. That's why the president said, "Hey, so he can get the money back again."
That's why he was like, "Yeah, it was a robbery."
That's just common hustle and bustle right there. You ain't pulling the wool over nobody's eyes with that. What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying?
Double up. Double up, baby.
Yeah, real. You know what I mean? Still, can't sell. You know what I mean? He trying to be slicker than a can of oil, man. He can't do it. But yeah, look, I'll do it again. Do it again. It looked messy, you know. Just do it again. And Tommy Fury, you gotta. I get it, man. You know, it's gonna be damn if you do, damn if you don't. You type of how they got the spotlight on you. You know what I'm saying? If people expect you to be your brother, you're not your brother. You know, people expect you to go in there and knock all these guys out. You don't have the gifts like Tyson. You're your own guy. As long as you recognize that, you're gonna be all right. But you talking about going to fight somebody? No, these guys are giving you the biggest bag, and you talking about you doing this for your baby. Then continue fighting these guys for the biggest bag for your baby. If KSI want to run it back, beat him definitively. Jake Paul want a rematch, go in there with Jakey Boy. And then if you get a chance with Conor, then you can go in there with Conor. You know what I'm saying? But don't you know, throw the bag away. don't let your pride throw the bag away.
He was just talking reckless because you know because of the result. That's all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cooler heads will prevail later. All right, TBE.
Yeah. Does he deserve the decision? I think the draw at most, because there was nobody who showed me there was like the definitive winner with all the clinching, with all the reckless shots thrown. And like at no point in the fight did anyone show me just kidding, like not agreeing with me. I don't know. But at no point in the fight, nobody showed me like they was dominating the fight. KSI was reckless. He was doing like they said, he was awkward. He was doing jumping jacks. He was just moving around, clinching. But he was landing some powerful shots. But at the end of the day, it never stunned Tommy Fury. And Tommy Fury never stunned this man, never like took control of the fight. So, and if Tommy lost points, I don't see how I can win the majority votes if the fight was pretty like split throughout the whole way. So I think they should run it back. I think it should have been a draw, but I don't think Tommy Fury deserved the decision. He didn't give me a definitive win against KSI. And KSI, don't just label yourself as a YouTube boxer. You have the skills, you have the talent. Go pro. And I think you could do with the UK, with London, with the UK in your back pocket. I think you could go very far if you actually establish an amazing career. But take it a little more serious. Stop doing jumping jacks. You could do that for 6 rounds, but by the 8th round, you're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna tire yourself out. Yo, ain't no need for all of that. Yo, stay in stance, have some head movement, work on your defense. I know you got the money to hire some trainers.
Yo, KSI, do not listen to that. Don't go pro, bro. Stop it. You know,
yo, him and his brother, they take it a little serious, yo. Like, come on. How the heck is his brother Deji fighting Floyd Mayweather? This dude been training for Deji been training for like 2-3 years. And now he's in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Think he could fight a professional, one of the greatest of all time?
Yo, that doesn't prove a point.
That doesn't prove a point, but I'm saying if they take it serious, because they take it serious. When you watch them fight, when you watch their style, when you watch how they like.
You thought last night was serious? That style was serious to you?
No, I said take more. I told them stop doing the jumping jacks, stop fighting a little reckless, but they take it seriously. Like they train. I'm gonna hire some better trainers. You in a market that loves boxing. Take advantage of that. And if it don't work out, don't work out. You still a YouTuber at the end of the day.
God bless.
So I watched the entire fight live, scored it live, and I scored it for KSI. And I say I watched it live because I watched every minute of every round. I saw every punch landed, not just punches someone selected to put in a highlight reel. I actually watched the fight. I actually stayed awake to watch the fight, and didn't wake up later and say, oh, shoot, I watched it. So when I watched the fight, the first thing I was thinking is this is an ugly fight. There was clinching. And yes, KSI was doing jumping jacks. But what people can't ignore is in the first 2 rounds, KSI clearly won them. landing the right hand. He landed big, clean right hands that stopped Tommy Fury in his tracks. And I was shocked because go rewind the tape. I picked Tommy Fury to win the fight. I didn't even think it would be competitive. I thought Tommy Fury would steamroll this dude, but that's not what happened. The other thing, Tommy Fury was missing a lot. So this talking about KSI missing, KSI made Tommy Fury miss a lot. And Tommy Fury looked bad missing KSI. He took wild misses against KSI. I was shocked that Tommy Fury had difficulty hitting a dude doing jumping jacks in front of him. And the notion, the misnomer, the cap to say that Tommy Fury is a real boxer. You advertise yourself as a real boxer. You promote yourself as a real boxer. You promote yourself as coming from a boxing family, and you can't dismantle a dude doing jumping jacks in front of you. Everyone's saying KSI kept clinching. Correction, they kept clinching because when KSI would hold him, Tommy Fury would just hold his arm and not let him go. But you had to watch the fight to know that. But when KSI would jump in, KSI was actually getting the better of the work with his free hand. And then Tommy Fury would wrap up his free hand and engage in the clinch. So it wasn't like KSI was the only one clinching. Both of these dudes were clinching. Both of these dudes made an agreement to clinch whenever that clinch happened. And that's why no work got done. Tommy Fury could have easily pushed him off, backed up, and reset. But no, Tommy Fury would wrap his arm up. They both be wrapped up, winging with their free hand. Because they both were clinching. So the clinching was an agreement by Tommy. It was an agreement by KSI. It was both these dudes in there agreeing to clinch until the ref broke them up. Because you and I know when you don't want to clinch, you do everything you can to avoid it. We've seen guys do that. We saw Benavidez do that with Caleb Plant in their fight. Every time Caleb tried to plant, Benavidez was like, no. And so a few times Benavidez hit him with the elbow like, bro, I'm going to get a look. You're not clinching me. Tommy Fury didn't do that. But that's what you would expect from the pro boxer, right? The indictment on Tommy Fury for most of this is he promotes himself as the pro boxer fighting these misfits. But he looks like the misfits when he fights. When he fought Jake, he's the one who got knocked down. When he fought KSI, he's the one who got hit with the clean right hands over and over again. He only landed 12 jabs the entire fight. How are you the pro boxer and you only land 12 jabs? So KSI, to me, landed the more clean right hands, right? And he did it through the first 2 rounds. You got to give KSI the first 2 rounds. That's the way I scored it. You got to give KSI the first 2 rounds. Then a point was deducted from Tommy Fury. Did KSI win 3 rounds? I believe he did. So if he wins 3 rounds, he automatically wins the fight. It's a 6-round fight. A point deducted from Tommy Fury. Did KSI win 3 rounds? Most of the people, go to Twitter, go everywhere. KSI won 3 rounds. So that's why I think he won. If you take away the point deduction, it's a draw, which is what I think it was. I thought it was 3-3, point deduction, victory to KSI. So did he earn the decision? I don't think he won. Am I upset about it? No, it's misfit boxing. But what I don't like about it is the fact that this dude, Tommy Fury's running around acting like, still gets to run around and act like he's a pro boxer. So what I say is this, right? Tommy Fury needs to understand his lane. His lane is misfits boxing. That's his lane, and he needs to stay in it. He wants to call himself a pro boxer. That's cool. But are you a good pro boxer? Conor McGregor, Logan Paul, rematch with Jake, and whomever else, Salt Poppy, whatever they got, stay doing that. Because there's nothing that I saw from Tommy Fury that leads me to believe that he should be fighting these pro guys and trying to compete. That's okay. You're an influencer. Stick with influencer boxing. And that's my takeaway from this. So I agree. This is all influencer boxing. This is all Tommy Fury should stay there. You're going to make more money anyway and take less risk. So, like, that's what he should do. But when you call yourself the pro boxer fighting misfits, people want to see you dominate. And if you don't dominate, that's going to be an indictment against you. And I think that's the big thing that happened with Tommy Fury is people expect to see him dominate. And when the fight actually happened, he looked like he belonged in the ring with KSI. And that's automatically an indictment on him. And so I think that's one of his major issues. He should just stick with misfits boxing, though, because he's going to make the most money doing that.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We the Boxing Bros, and we just getting started. You know.
I feel it in my soul. Can you feel me? Became so cold in my cell, all them lonely nights. Stay 10 toes. Dirty nights and them fits